Okay, this is going to be an update on a couple of little things. So let's start with the SS100. The frame, I finally figured out and got the tires almost to where they should be. It's going to be close enough. There's still a little bit of difference between front and rear, but it's pretty small. I finally figured out that I could just take these wheels and turn them around, and they go much further on. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. Eh? And Wayne did me a body. There's more parts to it than this, but he 3D printed me a body. And that's part of the update too. I got a little surprise bonus at work, and with most of it I did the right thing and paid bills and all that crap, but I was able to squeeze out enough to order myself a good 3D printer. Now this was printed on a pretty good printer, but I'm pretty sure that the one that I ordered, the Creality CR10, I'm told that that's like one step up from this, so hopefully it'll be at least as good as this, if not better, because this is pretty good. And I started hollowing it out. There's still a lot to do. I got to channel this body somehow. I'm going to take these fenders off and start from scratch on those. The new printer will get a lot of work out for stuff like there's air tanks that go along the side here. I got to do the whole rear end. One of my first projects will be the back window. I've got to change this. It's not supposed to have one window in the middle. It's supposed to have two smaller ones, one on each side. So that'll be my first thing. That'll be an easy fix. This will be easy to fill in. That'll be a good opportunity to see how well this stuff mates with styrene too, as far as like sanding it for paint and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes. I got to pick up some more spot putty too. But anyway, the new printer is on the way, and then we'll continue on the Hanomag. The other truck is basically what I'm doing with this is I want a good kind of basic truck to start with some good basic mods that'll fix it up, and then I'll do other versions with other stuff, I want to make one at least with some kind of tanker. I was thinking about a water buffalo type setup with a water tank big enough for this truck with a trailer with an additional one of those. We called them water buffaloes when I was in the service, but I thought that'd be pretty cool. I'm also still waiting on the tow hooks or tow shackles for the front. The main holdup on this is the ESC. I'm also really trying hard to source a good driver that we can use in multiple trucks. This one came out of a Toro half-track, and he works really well, and I think he looks great in there, but it's kind of, I'm not going to buy a new half-track for every truck, you know what I mean? So anyway, when I'm still working on this, and like I say, the ESC is the main holdup. But what I'm working on now, a lot of this stuff I want to make temporary. I want to get this set up, and then in the rear, I'll have cargo packs that'll do different things. I want to be able to set it up and drive it with just the bed bare, just like this, and have, a nice running little truck with good detail, with stuff like, the glass in the windows and the bare metal foil on the mirrors and the driver, and I still want to do something with the exhaust. But I went down to the hobby shop and got some more tubing for my bender, and I've got this other tubing that fits just perfect. If I cut a piece of this and permanently attach it inside the truck, it'll act like a pocket for this whole gizmo setup, because that'll slide right inside there, okay? So then I'll be able to set this down inside in a couple of those other pieces that I've got permanently attached as pockets. Okay, and this is kind of what I've come up with so far. I'm just mocking this up and figuring it out yet. Okay, so like I said, I'll have like a crate or something that can go in the back, and this will be mainly for night driving with FPV, and that's why I want it to be removable and have a cargo pack here. I'll have a separate small battery for power for the lights, and there's one receiver cable that goes down to the receiver underneath the cab. Okay, so this will be removable completely. So if I want to run FPV in the daytime, I don't need these in here, and I just don't have to put them in. Okay, I can still put in the same cargo pack though, because that will also contain the battery and the FPV stuff, which I'm right now I'm waiting on an antenna. I got a couple of little dipoles, but I'm waiting on another one. So this will be the piece that goes in the truck itself, and it'll go inside the cargo pack and have its own power pack, and there'll be a small battery in there for these lights too. This stuff will all fit. It's okay, I've already checked it all out. And this one plug goes down to the FPV camera, and the FPV camera I'll be able to run with or without the light bar, depending on whether it's night or day. And then the FPV camera, now I'm going to put this in sideways just for demonstration. It'll actually sit like so. The orientation will be like this, but it'll go basically right about there. And it won't be super visible from the outside. If you look real close, you'll be able to say, hey, that's a camera in there. And yeah, it will be. And the British guys will like it because it'll be right-hand drive, because I'm going to use this to drive through goggles. And I think that's going to work out really well. For this, there will only be this wire coming up from underneath the cab when I want to use it. When I don't want to use it, I'm going to put a little clip under there so I can clip it out of the way, okay? And then when I do want to use it, it comes up from under, and then this one comes down from the pack. So that will be the only real giveaway when I'm running FPV. It'll be that one wire snaking over the top. And not, you know me, I might find a way to hide that. But that way I'll be able to run FPV through the goggles, either with or without the light bar. If I want to drive at night, I can put the light bar on. Now these little headlights, I'll try those first at night. I'm sure they'll do some, but those others, they'll light the place up good for driving. I think it's going to be a lot of fun running this thing around the yard in the dark. I think I'm going to have a blast with it. You can also see that I've started to fill the holes. That's just like the first round. I filled, on the back side of there is just a piece of plastic card with two thick pieces cut to little squares to fit in there. And then you just glue them in, sand them down, prime them, sand them, prime them, sand them, prime them, sand them about 1,800 times, and they'll be nice and smooth. So anyway, that's where we're at with the truck. And also, I have not forgotten about this. All right, I'm still on this. This I'm kind of taking a break from and working on the trucks for a little while. I'll probably get really heavy duty back on this the end of next month and into January. This, I will roll this out in the spring, ready to go, completely painted. And what I'm doing right now on the Hetzer, you guys know what these are. I'm getting the skirts all set up. You can see where I soldered together the bracket there, and I'm getting everything fit and primed and ready to go. Next will be the attachment points on the tank itself. That little dot right there. That little dot is where the mount for the skirts goes, and those are built into the mold. And if they're as good a placement as they are up on the top and everywhere else on the tank, I'm good to go, because they had a good mold for this upper. And you can see them all down the line, those little dots. So we'll get back on this. It ain't over till it's over, right? But that's where we're at with the truck. That's what you can expect in the next few weeks, is working on the truck, this one here, and the Hanomag SS100. And of course, I'll be doing a lot of videos on the setup of the 3D printer. The one that I bought is kind of a do-it-yourself kind of deal. It does have to be assembled, and it's not just some. There's quite a bit of assembly required. So hopefully we'll all learn a thing or two. Until then, we'll see you next time.